Absolutely fantastic film.
Money!
they offered it. Pretty much the long and short of it. Dante's Cove, I'm in, oh God, I'm sorry. If you've seen it, I apologize. Truly a horrible show. But it's gay, and we filmed in Hawaii, so it's a lot of fun. It's like a bunch of gay people. It's a really bad soap opera.
The screening of Dante's Cove was one of my first experiences with Jill, like getting to know her. We were about to shoot the movie, and then came Lola, and she invited me to the screening, and I had no idea what to expect. And I'm sitting in the theater, and I'm looking around going, are they taking this seriously? And I'm thinking to myself, what do I say to Jill afterwards? How do I handle the situation? And then she showed up on screen with Michael Jackson Thriller contact lenses, and I just went, yes! And then after that, it was all fun.
Yeah. Well, we know that it's bad. We're well aware of the fact that this is not quality programming. But we got to live in Hawaii for 6 weeks. It was like gay summer camp.
I would do it.
Yeah, I know, and you should. I played Grace, and I don't know if you guys have seen the show, but Tracy Scoggins plays Grace. I was the original Grace in the pilot, and then they wanted to go back and film more episodes. And then they decided at that point they wanted everyone to be naked and do all this stuff, but they wanted to pay us like $1. And I was like, I'm not doing nudity for $1. I will do it for 10, but not for 1. So, hey, the price has gone up, Jen. All right, the price has gone up.
Hey, I'm standing right here.
So I turned it down. I said, I don't want to come back, but I would love to work for you guys. And they said, we have this action film with Mariel Hemingway. And I was like, Mariel Hemingway, are you kidding? Sign me up.
Personal best, who remembers it? Again, women over 30.
Yeah. There's like 5 people who have seen it.
The under 30s are like, what the fuck is that?
That was also a low-budget film. Like, we haven't not had the privilege of working on huge budgets. You know, this was like a $700,000 film, which in the film world is low budget. Yeah.
I remember you in 902 on all the original series, and I remember you in Star Trek.
Wow. Star Trek.
That's
awesome. That's so cool. I would, if Star Trek were still going, I would still have that job. That was the funnest job ever.
Well, I'm a Star Wars fan initially, but Star Trek's like my other nerd sort of obsession.
That was so fun. I got to dress up as aliens and play in space all day. Who wouldn't do that?
For a living.
For a living.
I think it was only about 20 years ago on 30-something when they had a gay character and they actually didn't have in that episode because it was too controversial. And now we have characters on Grey's Anatomy and that sort of thing, or regular gay characters. So obviously TV is really progressing to such an extent that where it used to be the trendy thing on TV to have the black best friend, now you have the gay best friend. So from your perspective, working in the industry, where do you think it's going to go in the next 10 years?
Where are you from?
Vancouver, Canada.
Okay, I was like, I don't hear an accent.
You don't sound like you're from England.
I don't know what kind of accent that was True. Our accent sucks.
Where it's going, I'm not sure. I'm constantly surprised in our society, in America and around the world, how far behind we are with gay rights and gay socialization into the universe. I'm constantly surprised by it. So I don't trust my judgment a little bit because I do find myself constantly surprised. Now, having said that, when we watch these shows on television, and I know Jill feels the same way, if you'll notice, every time there's a lesbian character in a network show, they eventually sleep with a guy. Or they eventually have a guy turn them out, or a guy break their heart, or it eventually becomes about a guy. Real lesbians don't live that life. That doesn't happen to real lesbians. Not that it doesn't happen in the world. Sure, everything does. But men run the industry so strongly, and they are so insecure and so afraid to believe that true lesbians exist, because what does that mean? That means we don't need men sexually. They cannot wrap their minds around that. So every time we have a lesbian in a television show, you will see she will eventually fall victim to the right man, because that's the only thing they can stomach as far as I can see. My hope, and what we're doing with We Have to Stop Now, is that there will be shows where there are real lesbians living their real lives. And it's not necessarily about being a lesbian who gets seduced by heterosexuality, but it's about living the lives that we do actually live. I have yet to see that on network TV.
I mean, even Queer as Folk was the first, and they had, and we love Taya Gill. Taya is one of our very close friends, and she's so supportive of gay rights. But that went to that place. Her character was with men. In The L Word, it happened with Tina and Bet, which is the beloved, married character. I was like, come the fuck on already, guys. Really? We have to do this in The L Word? This is the only show we have. We have Cathy Griffin just guest starred on SVU recently, and she apparently had a boyfriend and then kissed the male character. She was playing a lesbian, and I put that in quotes. I just watched Nip Tuck. Nip Tuck is one of my favorite shows, created and produced by a gay man. All of the lesbians on that show have fucked men, and do, actively. And I'm like, this is not the world that I live in. I don't know these women. Not to say that it doesn't happen, not to say that women don't come out later in life. I'm not talking about that.
That's a different story.
That's a different story. But the woman who's out and comfortable with her life, who suddenly realizes that my life isn't complete unless I fuck a guy. I'm like, I don't know these women.
Your language.
I'm sorry. Make sweet love to me. I'm hoping, to answer your question after 15 minutes, I'm hoping that we move beyond that, but until women become more powerful, and the truth is thank God Catherine Bigelow just won the Oscar for Best Director, first time in history. Can you believe that? How long has the Academy been around and a woman just won for Best Director? We need more women storytellers in this industry. So, that's why we're pleading with you not just to support our show, but to support other women, to support lesbian filmmakers. Go to the film festivals. Show up for this, because, guys, our stories are not going to be told by straight men. They're not.
And you guys hold all the power. You really sincerely do. I mean, if you guys come to the movies and subscribe to the web series, then they happen.
People take notice.
They really do. If you don't, they die, because there's no network, there's nobody at the top of any networks or any production companies who will do it.
Support the Angela Robinsons, support the Jamie Babbitts, support the lesbian filmmakers. These are the people that are trying to tell our stories. If you don't support us, we will go away. That's the bottom line.
Ah, jeez.